Now, this is the second part of Kavita Byrd's Ending the Nightmare of the Global Tyranny. So this part is called The Master Switch to Freeing Ourselves from Global Tyranny, Our Own Consciousness and Energy Frequencies. This is the key. Using our own energy frequencies to dismantle inner and outer tyranny. Many spiritual traditions have attested to the dreamlike nature of the world and the need to wake up from that dream. But what does waking up mean? Does it mean the whole world disappears instantaneously, or that we can act lucidly in the dream, harnessing its fluidity to our creative intention, and even as we know it's all ultimately a dream, making it a dream of harmony, joy, sanctity and beauty? That the world is dreamlike doesn't make it any less sacred or deserving of our reverence and care. In fact, it makes it even more miraculous and awe-inspiring. That all the action takes place in thin air makes it all the lighter and freer and gives us far more creative power, because that thin air is pure consciousness, the unlimited source of all creation. Recognizing the world as dreamlike doesn't mean ignoring or escaping it, but recognizing it as malleable, a product of our own energies and consciousness, individually and collectively. The world we see is not fixed in stone or solid, but fluid and receptive, responsive to the ways we frame it, with the intentions, attention, and energy frequencies we project. This means the nightmarish scenarios appearing in our world right now are not inevitable. They are a reflection and expression of distortions within our own consciousness, and it is from there that we can most powerfully redress and realign them. This is tremendously good news because it puts the power back in our own hands, where it always was, we just didn't know it. Changing the narrative, changing the frequency, changing our actions, changing the world. In the face of our global crises today, many people in spiritual circles either deny or ignore what is happening, and even if they know they avoid action, saying it only feeds the illusion or the negative forces. It is absolutely true that we need to keep our focus and energy frequencies attuned to the positive vision of the world we want, but we also need to act accordingly for that vision to become our reality. Positive, high-frequency vision and action are not opposed. On the contrary, they can only work when they come together. In order to consciously change our world, three things need to change in tandem: our worldview, our energy frequencies, and our actions. Fortunately, there is a natural knock-on effect between them. As our consciousness evolves, our worldview follows suit. We see we are not separate from the world, but project its appearance and can therefore change it. Higher energy frequencies are activated with this shift in perception, and the actions that flow from those energy frequencies are far more aligned and powerful, penetrating and dissolving the misaligned scenarios we have projected that are now playing out in our world. It is at the energetic levels that we have shaped and thus can reshape our reality. But first, at the conceptual level, we have to reframe it, flipping our belief in linear causation, with us as the victims of outside forces, to the infinite potential of holographic quantum causation, flowing from within us outwards, impacting all around us, from our communities, local and global, to our entire cosmos. And just as we impact the entire cosmos also supports us, rippling through our own energy bodies in a reciprocal flow. This is the unified field that interconnects all of existence, and we are all an essential part of it. Once we recognize this and start to embody it in our own energy field and our actions, we return ourselves to the heart of creation and the helm of all possibilities. We are currently living in an inverted perception of reality, hence our crises and acute sense of helplessness. But we have within us the master switch to reverse that and reclaim our true power. We are not fractured pieces of a broken whole, but fractals of the whole with infinite power. because we each contain the whole within us. This is the flip in our worldview and consciousness that can turn our lives inside out and revolutionise our world. It's no accident that quantum theory arose in the last century, though at the time few understood it, much less integrated its implications. Now in the new millennium, the time has come to put it into action, compelled by the crises that are driving us to a higher mastery of our consciousness and energies, under the threat of an encroaching dystopia, or even our extinction if we fail to do so. Changes in the energies of the Earth and cosmos, solar flares, photon belts and intergalactic contacts are also accelerating this quantum leap in consciousness, propelling it rapidly into manifestation. We are not alone. We are being pushed and pulled by powers both within and beyond us, conspiring in an evolutionary shift to a whole new level, as the boundaries between inner and outer, self and world, human and cosmos are blurring, and the boundlessness of our true nature beckons. Brilliant. Brilliant. Kavita Byrd.